today we have a reading for you about somebody who is feeling overwhelmed, feeling like they didn't have any kind of plan. They got caught off guard, and so they kind of panicked. And they're claiming they didn't have a choice. I feel like this is someone who walked away or hung up the phone or ghosted you. And the question is, why were you unable to at least talk about things or address this? And it's because this person couldn't organize their thoughts, or they didn't really expect you to say or ask what you did. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime chime. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, Minnesota Picker. Thank you also to the moderators. Hello, Key Controller. What's up, funny stuff? Hello, Lana. Hello, Renee. How we doing? Hello, Grind Hard. All right, let's see what we've got. I think we will start with the Tattoo Tarot, if I can get it. Let's see what we've got for you. This seems to be someone who isn't necessarily great at conflict. This could be somebody who's not used to being called out. You might be a little bit of a truth teller. I would hope you were a whole bunch of truth teller. But this is someone who is maybe quite used to you being kind and considerate, and didn't expect you to also be able to be firm or call someone out. So this is a person who might have thought you were a bit more naive or more likely to be reserved and kind of look the other way if somebody wasn't doing what they said they would. Instead, it feels to me like when there was some sort of problem here, you faced it head on with a focus on trying to manage this long-term investment, this desire to make this job work or make this relationship last. Hello, Ruhio, how are you doing? Hello, Educated, how are you doing? Hello, Tom. What's up? Oh no. We have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse and the Ace of Wands in the reverse. This person feels like maybe they can't get you to see things differently now. I think initially this is someone who felt like you hid a side of yourself. They expected, again, this like Queen of Cups, very loving, very forgiving, not going to be a problem. And I'm not really seeing like, Nine of Wands in the reverse or anything. I feel like you're the type of person where if there's been a pretty significant change in how someone approaches you, that you're not the one to, stomp your feet and Napoleon Dynamite it. You're more likely to, state your opinion and remove yourself from the situation if you need to. So this is someone who feels like there is a void in their life after you stop talking to them. Whether this is a friendship, right? Because you can have platonic love, or somebody that you used to work with, right? Or for most of you, it would probably be an ex that is suddenly starting to realize that maybe they were the reason. Ace of Swords, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and the Five of Wands. Maybe I picked a fight I shouldn't have. Maybe I was more combative than I needed to be. Maybe I was kind of picking on this person or being unrealistic with my expectations. Hello, Just Jokes. How are you doing? Hello, Zats. Hello, Mystic. Hello, Rachel. How's it going? So we have the Two of Cups in the reverse and the Four of Cups. Well, if that ain't just the clearest, this is rejection. Again, I'm gonna probably stick with the more likely scenario here, which is a breakup, but this could be the end of a friendship, right? Or this could be, I'm not interested in that contract. But for the majority of you, this is, well, if that's how you're going to act, if that's how you're going to be, if there's no accountability in this connection, then I'm not interested in being in one. So I feel like they were not anticipating that you would reject them or walk away, just as they were not expecting that you would call them out because they felt like you were really nice or really, you know, kind of sweet-natured. Chariot is in the reverse. They feel like you put the brakes on it. You said this is not going to happen anymore, and out you went. You were gone. You have surprised this person because you took action where many other people would just like kind of threaten or talk about things being different. You saw the writing on the wall. I think you were looking for intention, right? Yeah, here's the thing. What I wish for you is that there is someone who is willing to talk things through earnestly and with a respect for your feelings that doesn't leave you with questions, you know, like, does this person actually care? I hope you are in a connection where every action and decision and comment made shows you that that person you're with is respectful and loving towards you. You know, you can have arguments and still have that good intention come through, right? All right, so we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. Failure. It's clarifying the Ace of Swords and the Queen of... the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. It's because I was looking at the Queen of Cups. There you are again. So this doesn't mean that you have to be a woman. The Queen of Cups is that loving energy. Someone who felt like you would always be the patient type, that you would always put up with something. With their tantrum. Or dishonesty, perhaps. Ooh, I might have to sneeze. Okay. Two of Swords and the reverse and the Ten of Swords. You are far more decisive than the previous people that they have dealt with. What are we calling this individual? The Ace of Wands in the reverse? Oh, so many jokes, so little time. Hello, Belinda. Hello, Roadrunner. How are you doing? Hello, is it Urjan? I hope I said that right. Hello, Generation X. Are you being unkind? Let's make sure we are being kind. Hello, Prairie Dreams, what's up? Minnesota Picker with the anticipatory bless you. I appreciate it. I think I might have scared off the sneeze. Yeah, you changed your mind, or made up your mind, really, very quickly. And you were thinking, okay, well, if this ain't it, then I'm not gonna, like, hang around for the credits. It's not like a Marvel movie, you know? I feel like they did not... It's like they turn around, you were gone. I don't know if you just packed up and left. I don't know if it was you blocked them, or maybe even for some of you, this person feels like you were already out socializing with new people very quickly, but they feel that you assessed it to be not a good situation, not worth your time, and you're gone. Hello, Pamela, how are you doing? Hello, Cobra. I do personal questions at about 30 or 35 minutes in, and after the general reading is complete, with priority to those who tip or donate. We have the Four of Pentacles. It's at 9 minutes, by the way, a little after. Four of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so basically the fact that you dispensed this person from your life so quickly after assessing their intentions and feeling like you couldn't rely or trust this person, this has proven to somebody who felt like you were kind of a novice or didn't really make serious decisions. They're realizing they've misjudged you. They're realizing that you were actually quite perceptive, even if you didn't say everything, right? Hello, Johnny. Hello, FTK. Hello, Joker. Hello, Megatron. Hello, Arjun. How are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, Johnny, but I hope you have a good rest of your day. So we have the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. This person gambled with something that was important to them, the connection with you, and because they were willing to be disrespectful, dishonest, or disloyal, they lost you. Have you ever seen somebody lose big at a table in Vegas? That's the face that I'm seeing. Hi, FTK. I did greet you, but please also keep in mind that requests are simply requests. I don't take everybody's questions. I choose which ones I'm guided to, or I am guided to them and then I choose them, whatever it might be, but it tends to be a focus on spiritual paths. But I also like to make sure that I get through the general reading before I choose those, okay? Hey dude, how are you? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Hello, Timothy. So we have the Hierophant and the Six of Cups. They're thinking about the good times, feeling like they did everything they thought they needed to keep you around, but they've miscalculated this. The risk that they thought was not a big risk ended up being the risk that ended the connection between the two of you, and now it feels like there's no amount of work that they could do to actually convince you to come back around. So it's one of those like big oops moments, right? Did I do that? Oh no, I didn't mean to. Let's go with the situations deck. What else do we have? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Hello, Kunal. Grip, anchor, chains weighed down. So they expected you to be the person that was anxious or freaking out, confused about what was going on in your connection, but instead you were very clear on the reality in front of you and walked away, and that's left them with that same like confused feeling that they had originally intended for you. Thank you, Pramila. I'm glad to hear that. What's happening with Jewel? And what was the other part? And me during our no contact. Awesome. I've added that. Thank you for your tip. Hello, Easy. This is how I shuffle. It's not because I haven't been doing it for a long time. I've had my channel for 4 years. I feel this is how they choose the cards that I need to see, so. Also, it's kind of funny because every once in a while, you know, they fly over the place, but sometimes they hit me too. So we have the Archangel Michael card, protective energy. I feel like you've been protected from this person. I feel like it was much easier for you to perceive their toxic or like negative intentions energy than it had been in the past when you dealt with similar individuals. So give yourself a pat on the back. You're listening to your intuition. Your intuition is getting stronger. And I feel like you knew I need to make a move. This is somebody who's looking for reasons to start an argument or somebody who is looking for reasons to blame you. And so you were like, okay, see you later. And they were expecting you to be more focused on reconciling. They expected you to be peacemaker above all else, as opposed to protecting your own peace. Hello, Handsome Jack, how are you doing? Oh, I hope that means they're helpful. Thank you for saying that. Ooh, so while this person's over here thinking about how they miss being close to you, and probably for some of you that is about intimacy, some of them are feeling a little thirsty. You are focused on the spiritual path in front of you. You're focused on the things that you need to do to get to a place where you have a strong foundation as far as security, financial security, domestic, situation. You're not interested in dealing with somebody who's going to be difficult to understand. So since I do feel like many of you are in a no contact or ghosting situation, this is the Ghost Tarot. Hello, Seven. How are you doing? Hello, Zuzu. Oh, everywhere. I like that. Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, Zuzu. I hope you have a good day anyways. I think the people here know different. Eight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse again. And it's literally clarifying the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. And in the same column where the original Page of Pentacles was in the upright. Okay. It's like, you got me. You're actually not just some naive innocent. You're not just going to believe everything that you're told. And I can't just view you as a doormat or a people pleaser. You called me out. I didn't like it. I played some games, or maybe there was some silent treatment. Maybe they, I don't know, tried to make you feel guilty for something. But the way they handled it was for you just confirmation on what you had already suspected this individual was trying to do. They wanted to keep you confused to see how they could potentially get away with being dishonest or playing some games. But instead of sitting there and being like, oh, okay, that sounds like a great time, you said, no, thank you. I think I actually need to go that direction, or I think I'll just take some time for myself. 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. It's like, no, I think I'm good. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, Thank you again, Pramila. What's coming for me the next 3 months regarding work and love life? Next 3 months, love and life. Oh, work. I've added that. Thank you, Pramila. Oh yeah, that's how I initially got interested in it. Is it Surrendere? I hope I said that right. And I totally agree with Renee. Nature is the best healer. We have the Devil, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, and the King of Wands in the reverse. This person's going to come back and they're still angry. They still have resentment towards you, but they're coming back because they're mad that you haven't come back to them. Like, hey, I'm so confused. We got into an argument, and previously if we got into an argument and I, was mad at you, you would come back around. And this time around, it's just crickets. Why are you also being quiet? Or, this time when I said you did something wrong, why did you tell me that I did something wrong? They don't like that you push back, or they don't like that you have these boundaries, or that you've decided to actually end something. This is someone who was feeling like they would be the one that would make all the decisions. Magician. Felt like they had the control, or felt like they could kind of pull the strings for the relationship, or for you, for that matter. But we have, there it is, the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So now they actually are angry because they feel like they've lost control, but also because you've given them a bit of a taste of their own medicine, but it's a little bit more refined. It's without the lies. Maybe for some of you, this was a person that would threaten, oh, if you keep acting that way, or if you keep talking to me that way, I'll never talk to you again, or I'll break up with you, or I'll kick you out, or I'll move out, right? But they never did. this would be someone who would say those things and then, you know, somehow it would end up being, oh, okay, empty threat. But you said something, they acted in a way that was disrespectful, and then you actually followed through on the, I'm not going to be seeing you anymore, I'm moving out. And they're confused. Strength in the reverse. Because they were bluffing, they expected that you would be bluffing, or because their threats are, you know, I'm not going to talk to you for a whole week. It was pain for them as well. It's like, no, now they're not in control, and I feel like you are actually making it difficult for them. So they're trying to figure out how to get back that control. So when they come back, that's why they're the King of Wands in the reverse. They're still dealing with resentment, and it's over the original issue, as well as how dare you feel like you have control over it. Like, you can't just like walk away from me, even though I always walk away, or whatever it might be. Actually, let's get a few from, this is the Overthinker's Oracle. Hello, KUD, how you doing? Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. Hello, is it Kiani? How are you? It's alright if it's not your thing. I ain't mad at you. We have, I'm hiding my emotions and I'm afraid to commit. This could be someone who sees you as a Queen of Cups, not just because you've been kind and compassionate and caring towards them, but because they also see you as being like much more capable or comfortable dealing with those emotions than they are. I don't feel like they are a Queen of Cups or a King of Cups. Emotions to them seem to be like eggshells, you know? Everything's breakable. I don't know what I did. Why are you feeling that, you know? Hello, Johnny. Is it lunchtime? I'm gonna put you on just the baby timeout level here and ask you to please not be spamming or hot dogging. Hello, Savage Shot. I'm sorry, it's not your favorite. I hope you find something more your pace. No, I don't have to pretend to be emotionally intelligent. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hello, VW. How are you doing? Hello, en France. My. So this person feels like God is punishing them, and that's why there's distance between the two of you, or that's why you've decided to take control. They're now getting to the point where they have regrets because they feel like they have completely lost control and they might not actually ever be able to get another chance, which is what they're desperate for. That's what they want right now. So while they were trying to, you know, play some games here or not be held accountable, the fact that you did hold them accountable, it doesn't seem to erode their feelings for you. It's turned them into an obsessive lover of yours. The problem is, I'm a little bit concerned with whether or not this is just a desire to like win. Is it, well, yeah, I'm gonna do anything and everything to get you back. Some people really hate to lose. Some people really hate when you're the one who walks away or rejects them. Maybe they're used to being the one who makes that decision every time. This could be someone who simply wants to be able to say they were the one who walked away. So even if it only is, 3 hours that the two of you get back together, that could be the reason. Because they're still afraid to commit. I feel terrible for ghosting you and not having the courage to say what needed to be said. They're scared because they do feel like it's actually over between the two of you. And if they're going to get another chance, they feel like the only way that they could get that is if they actually confess everything instead of always trying to hide what was really going on or what they were really feeling. They know it was because they were immature. If they had been approaching things with maturity or good intentions in mind, then you wouldn't be where you are currently. So they feel like they have to do something big and splashy, a big gesture, like moving in together or finding a way to, you know, do that thing you've always asked them to do. Maybe it's start a family, maybe it's get engaged, maybe it's meet the family. But at this point, they know that they don't have a lot of options. Go big or go home, and maybe still go home. Hello, Tony. Hello, Laura. How are you doing? Hello, James. Hello, Chase. Yes, please be kind to each other. All right. This is the Graffiti Tarot. Hello, Sue30, what's up? What else do we have? Ooh. The Emperor in the reverse, a loss of control, somebody who is used to being in control. The Four of Pentacles, a feeling of loss, but also somebody who holds back, right? I'm hiding my emotions. This is a person who may be dealing with some insecurities, so they could come through as a bit arrogant or having a big ego, and it could all be a facade. They could actually feel that everybody is judging them or that they're not really that great, and it's only a matter of time before people figure it out. We have the Queen of Wands and the Page of Swords in the reverse. I misjudged this Queen of Wands. The Queen of Cups character is this Queen of Wands. Remember, you don't have to be a woman for this to resonate. But this is saying that there's something here about them worried about how easy it would be for you to get someone else interested in you, or the likelihood that there's already somebody interested in you. They may feel insecure, and it might be more about how they feel about themselves. It might not be very accurate, or they might have kind of put you on a little bit of a pedestal, but they feel like you would be able to replace them more easily than they could replace you. So this Page of Swords in the reverse is like, wow, I think I might have actually misjudged you, and I know that there are other people who would take my place if I were to fumble this. So we have the Tower and the Knight of Wands. They're angry. They feel like they had everything figured out. You know, it's like somebody who taught their dog to go to the refrigerator and get another beer for them so they don't have to get up out of the recliner. This person, I'm sorry to make that comparison, they felt like they had you trained. And now they're realizing, nope, I'm going to have to get up and get my own beer. Nope, I'm not going to be able to count on someone just, you know, doing what I say. Nope, that's actually somebody who has more important things to be doing, you know? Hello, Zats, how you doing? Hello, Tanya. I'm so glad y'all are being so sweet and supportive towards Grind Hard. It means a lot. Hello, Lulu, how are you doing? We have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse again. I think we've gotten that like 4 times now, maybe 5. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have underestimated me for the last time. As I'm walking away and have already decided to start a new chapter, feel free to reassess and determine where the error was made, but the error was in fact yours. So the Tower talks about things changing, maybe quite suddenly. They feel you changed quite suddenly, but you didn't really change. It's just that they didn't deserve that Queen of Cups energy when they were not offering that Queen of Cups energy, especially when with the Seven of Swords, it's more like they were being dishonest with you. I mean, otherwise, why do they have to confess everything, right? High Priestess in the reverse, they were being secretive. They were not doing right by you. You called them out. Maybe it was just a matter of disrespect. Maybe it was talking about you behind your back. Maybe it was not defending you when you were dealing with family or friends or a romantic rival in the mix. But you didn't need any convincing to make the right decision. You just knew what it was. So they have you as like the one, right? The soulmate, the one that got away. And you are looking at it as, I learned a really important lesson. I'm glad I went through that, but I'm not interested in relearning that lesson. Thank you very much. This is the Spanish Tarot. Hello, Fisher. How are you doing? Oh, I'm proud of you, Tanya. Hello, Louise. How are you doing? Making the right choice with pup business. Choice with pup business. I've got that for you. I'll pull a few from the Spanish Tarot and start those personal questions, okay, y'all? Hey, Matt. That sounds like quite the workout. I don't miss that. So we have the King of Cups. Okay. Is that what your face looked like when this person told you that you were the problem? Y'all are just like not on the same page. This person felt like they could have everything their way, or, you know, be in control. They didn't want to share how their emotions may have been impacting them or the connection. So I feel like you're looking at this as, I know what I want in a relationship, and I do feel like honesty and integrity and communication are important. So if that's not happening here, then I have to ask myself, is it really real? Because, you know, if this person's hiding, they're not being very real with you. Page of Wands, communication. This illustration, man. And strength. Look at, you see how that person's surprised? They're like, whoa, I didn't think you were that courageous. I didn't think you would do that. It's like you jumped off a cliff or something. Their jaw's on the floor. See, even this one's like, what? You surprised this person. You handled this situation differently than most people would, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that you respect yourself. Temperance in the reverse, Ace of Wands. If it isn't a good match, or if you're not going to treat me with, you know, integrity or good intentions in mind, then I will go find a different situation. Hello, Zats. Thank you for the tip. Aw, that's so sweet. On what he needs to do to heal. And future holds. Y'all are so kind. Aw, very kind of you. All right, we're gonna start on those personal questions. It's a good segue, don't you think? I think we'll start with the Edgar Allan Poe. Let's see. And let's see. I do want to start with Dana because sorry to Dana, she did tip at the end of a live stream and she sent me the screenshot of it. So I'm going to do Dana's question And then we've got Pramila, and then Luis, and then Zatz. So for Dana, we have, is my son's Opa salty that son connected with his big half-brother? No. 5 of Cups in the reverse, 2 of Wands, and the Star. I do feel like there's concern, like you might learn a lesson that might be a bad idea, but it's like, it feels like Opa is looking at this as, hey, maybe there's a way you can actually like make that work, right? Oh, welcome to the Chariots. I appreciate that, Breezy. Or Breezy? Bree? Zay? You can tell me how to say it, but thank you. So hopefully that means that there is more supportive energy than you expected, Dana, and I hope you're having a good day. Let's see. For Pramila, we've got, what is happening with Jewel and me during no contact? The Lovers, 10 of Cups in the reverse, the Queen of Cups in the reverse. This looks like very mirrored feelings of emotional distance and missing someone, feeling like it is a soulmate situation. And with the Queen of Cups in the reverse, worrying that perhaps I won't see this person again, or, you know, maybe I've lost that person that was meant for me. 7 of Wands in the reverse, High Priestess in the reverse, and the Sun in the reverse. Wow, okay. Definitely sadness, almost like bordering on depression. And a feeling that I can't really talk about what's going on with other people because nobody really understands what it's like to be in this situation. So feeling lonely, worrying about whether or not things are actually ever going to come back around. And what about for the next 3 months for love? Ooh. We'll get you some advice on that, Louise. Thank you for the tip. I have a feeling you'll find that changes. All right, so for love for the next 3 months, 6 of Cups, Chariot in the reverse, 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. Be cautious of people coming from your past to try for a second chance. There's someone in particular who is still quite stubborn, not willing to learn the lessons that they need to learn, and they would create instability in your life. 8 of Swords, Hierophant. The more important situation would be focusing on yourself or working on what you need to for, you know, getting into the right place so that you could be in a relationship if that's an obstacle right now. But this person from your past is just going to cause drama. And what about for the next 3 months with regards to work? We have the 9 of Swords, anxiety, 7 of Swords. Ooh, this is frustrating. It feels like there is a dishonest individual that you work with in the leadership team. And this is a person who likes to tell you that everything's fine when it isn't. So, oh, of course, we're going to be able to pay everyone's payroll, or, oh, of course, we're going to be able to do, you know, this in time. There's someone here who is bluffing, and it's going to cause problems as far as budgeting or like future planning. Could also result in somebody being fired, somebody rather important. But I do feel like there is this, like you get kind of hushed away or rushed away from the situation because this company is really struggling and there's an opportunity for you in a different direction. So be open to new things. With the Fool in the reverse, when you see that someone doesn't know what they're doing, believe it and plan accordingly. Hello, Syra. How are you doing? What's up, Bestie Tiana? I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for the thumbs up, Rachel. Hello, Third Eye. Hello, Andre. What's up? Hello, Stephanie. How's your day going? All right, so we have Luis up next. And Stephanie, I wrote down your name. I'll keep an eye out on your question or for it. Is Luis, let me get a different tarot deck though. No, I think I want a cat one. Is Luis making the right choice with the pup business? Close, but not quite. There's something here that needs to be looked at more closely. We have the Four of Cups, Ten of Wands. This to me looks like barriers to market entry, so reasons that it would be maybe difficult to be successful. So perhaps there's something you need to do to make it distinguished from others in your area. I do feel like you can make it work, but there is some market research needed or additional market research needed, something altered slightly to make it a little bit more your thing. But I do feel like you'd be successful. I feel like you would even be expanding. Yeah, so just think about whether or not there is something to pair or to alter slightly, whatever it is, to differentiate from your competition. That's the thing that would help you be more successful. And with regards to making friends, what does Luis need to know? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Four of Pentacles in the reverse, the Moon, and the Hanged Man. Sometimes you overthink it and assume that people don't like you when that is not the case. You may be more reserved when you could be a little bit more vocal, or you may think that when people are not as communicative or talkative with you that you're the problem. So I feel like you just need to do a little bit more work on self-monitoring and reading the room. And remember that we all have little anxieties or trip-ups or things that we do that are silly, that maybe you aren't as observed, or you don't need to be as critical. What else? Devil in the reverse and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. There's someone who's going to make an offer to you, and I do feel like they would like to be your friend, but you may miss the point. You may be like, oh, well, I don't need that, so I'm not going to go. They're trying to spend time with you. They're trying to get to know you better. So be cautious as far as declining offers too expeditiously, because maybe you just don't feel like you have a reason. Maybe it's because someone wants to see if you're chill to hang out with. So be a little bit more slow to respond to an offer, because you might want to say yes when your feeling is to say no. Let me check for Stephanie's question. I don't see it. Is it before the thingy? Stephanie, let me know if you've already put your question somewhere, but I don't see it. Otherwise, we've got Zatz was kind enough to donate on behalf of Grind Hard. So what is it that Grind Hard needs to know with regards to healing? Five of Cups in the reverse. Do not spend time analyzing what could have happened. Think about what actually did happen, because I feel like there is a chance here you're blaming yourself. We have Justice. Something was supposed to happen this way because someone was unwilling to get into the weeds, talk about the difficult things, be honest about what happened. Seven of Wands in the reverse. You made Micah feel vulnerable. and like there was no way to control the outcome. Hello, Punitha. How are you doing? Eight of Wands. There's going to be some communication that I think makes you a little more frustrated. There's going to be some attitude when you really do not deserve to be catching any attitude from someone. And it's going to, I think, make you feel a little bit more so like maybe this is happening for a good reason. I feel like there's another love interest for you. So focus on what's important to you. Maybe there's an opportunity to do more with regards to your career, do more with regards to your domestic situation. What do you need to improve upon? I organized my closet the other day. I loved it. It wasn't great during the moment, but when I was done, I was very happy about it. There's things that you're able to focus on now that will help you to distance yourself from the, thoughts on that. But I also feel like there's another person here who's going to capture your attention and be a little bit more open-minded, because this Queen of Cups in the reverse, Eight of Wands, this communication that comes from my gut, I feel is going to be kind of like a, oh, really? Is that how it is? So what else does the future hold, please? Eight of Cups in the reverse. Nine of Swords. And the Star. So you're going to be tested another time with this connection. And you are basically going to have a choice between the current situation and somebody who would be more like acting with integrity and more emotionally available. Hello, Grave Encounters. How are you doing? Hey, Kunal. Not really a fan of people doing the repetitive thing. It kind of makes the live chat less fun. Thank you again to Zots for that. And let's see what we've got for Stephanie. Did we get a question yet? I could just pull some cards randomly for Stephanie if we don't. Hey, Luke, how are you doing? Oh, there we are. No, Stephanie, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking to see if it was above that. I did not see it. If you don't mind typing it up again, I would really appreciate it. Sorry about that, Stephanie. Sunflowers wants to know, should I get my son the kitten I met last night for Christmas? Yes. Yes, you should. This will be a great choice. And I hope you have a great name picked out for it. Hello, Rise Again. How are you doing? Dang, still doing it, huh? Hello, Timmy. How are you doing? Kanal, come on, man. You're welcome, Sunflowers. Oh, that's awesome, Great Encounters. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. All right, so we got a question from Stephanie coming in, I believe. And hello, Ruiz, how are you doing? Yes, that's true. I would agree with that. I did not see Tiana had a question. May I ask him? My interview will go tomorrow. How will Tiana's interview go tomorrow? There's going to be a moment, Tiana, where you have like a brain fart, or you're like, duh. Hold on, I have to access the right file cabinet in my brain don't have it just yet, but it'll get there just a second. And I'm going to ask you to just say, may I have a moment to think about that for a moment? Or don't repeat it, but, you know, may I have a moment? And you'll get it. But the important thing is staying calm, letting someone know you need to think about that for just a second, and then you'll be fine. But I feel like there's this temptation to like word vomit to fill the space while you're thinking, and that's not what you need to do. No word vomit. Just tell the person you're thinking you need a moment, like you're ordering at a drive-through, you know? Hello, Sargam. Did we get Stephanie's question yet? So what will C say when I tell him it's truly over? Thank you, Stephanie. 7 of Swords. I'm not going to tell you the truth. 4 of Pentacles. These are all bad. I don't like it. 7 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, holding back, reserved, being dishonest, playing tricks, being elusive. Queen of Swords in the reverse, antagonistic or even deceptive. Ace of Wands in the reverse. I feel like this is someone who's going to say it was your fault. Like, I'm not the problem. It's not you, it's me, flipped. You know, like, no one could be happy with you. And don't take it personal, because this is just somebody who's trying to lash out. If he actually says that to you. You deserve better than that. Hello, Saryav. Let's do your questions. What would be the good news or events in January to April? For romance, we have you moving very quickly past somebody who is dishonest or deceptive. You're able to maybe get some good advice when you're trying to make this decision, but I see you like matrixing, diving, dodging, dipping, because you know what you really want is a reliable relationship. So you avoid this person who doesn't know how to offer that. And it helps you to be in the right place or the right time to meet somebody who is actually interested in something that you want romantically. So this misfortune may drive you directly into the place you need to be. And what about for work from January to April? The good news. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. 3 of Wands. The Tower. There's a sudden change. Something that maybe you decided wasn't going to happen all of a sudden becomes possible. Maybe you can apply for someone's job because they get fired or they decide to move elsewhere. But all of a sudden something is more feasible than before. And this is saying, so like, take advantage. Because you might miss this opportunity if you are too focused on whether or not you have the right experience. Go for it. You can learn a lot if you need to. Hello, Crafting Curiosities. Do we have a question? Will I get a job next year? Yes. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be a job that is probably a little bit less than what you want. Maybe it pays less. Maybe the title is lower than you wanted. Maybe your education outpaces this or your experience does. But you should take the offer because it leads to the offer that you want. Whether it's like, you know, hey, we just need you to do this for 2 months because, you know, that's where the majority of the work is right now. Or they want to see how you do in this industry. There's, I feel, a relatively short period of time where you do the thing that you didn't really want to do or doesn't really pay enough, and then you get to do the thing that you do want to do. So I feel like that's a win. Hello, Realist. How are you doing? Yeah, be careful. We gotta be communicating like it's not high school, right? All right, y'all. I'm gonna leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to. And I will see